Hi everybody, my name is Amrita and this workshop is an introduction to what hand lettering is. I'm going to be taking classes, proper classes for this, wherein we learn everything in basics so that by the end of it you know everything about hand lettering, but this is just an introductory workshop. All right. So what I'll do is I'll start off with telling you all what hand lettering is and then we will begin. Okay. If everybody can hear me and see me clearly, give me a thumbs up. Hand lettering is also called modern calligraphy. Why it's called modern calligraphy, I'll tell you. Because in traditional calligraphy, when people used to write with nibs and feathers of birds, the alphabets that you write were dependent on the tool. So if your tool is slanted, suppose has a slanted tip, then all your alphabets had to be written in that style. And every alphabet had to look the same. It had to be of the same style. So calligraphy, traditional calligraphy had very rigid rules that all the alphabets had to be a certain height, it had to be a certain width. It couldn't break any of those rules. In modern calligraphy, we are actually drawing the alphabets. We can draw them as per our wish. So suppose I'm writing a word, say apple, A-P-P-L-E. In modern calligraphy, the two P's can look different from each other. I can write A, I can write P, then the other P can look different from the first P as per how I want it to be. In traditional calligraphy, those P's would have to look the same because it's the same word, it's the same tool that you're using, so it has to look identical. But in modern calligraphy, we have the freedom to change the alphabets and change the letters as per our wish, as per the situation, as per what we want the mood of the piece to be. So that is how modern calligraphy or hand lettering is different from traditional calligraphy. Is that clear to everybody? So what I'm using here is I'm using a regular black gel pen. It's a Reynolds or something. And I will also use a normal pencil for anybody who's using a pencil. You don't need any fancy tools to start off with. There are certain basic rules of hand lettering. I will not be covering everything in detail because this is a short introductory workshop, but I will tell you the basic rule. Okay. So rule number 1, which is the most important in hand lettering, is that upstroke, which means that when your pencil or pen is moving upwards, that time the stroke has to be thin. And downstroke, which means when your pen or pencil is coming downwards, that time your stroke has to be thick. Okay, so this is up and this is down. Now what does this exactly mean? Let me show you with the alphabet A. So now you do it with me. Okay, how do we write an A? We write it like this, correct? This is how we write A. Everybody, thumbs up. Great. So this is how we write A. Now how do we apply this rule, our writing A? Now how do we apply this upstroke downstroke rule to the alphabet? Let's trace how we wrote this A. सबसे पहले we started from here. What happened? We went up. Our pencil went slightly up here. So that means this was an upstroke. Correct? Then what happened? From here, the pencil came this way. We went downwards. That means what? This was a downstroke. I'm going to write U for up and D for down. So it's easy to understand. Okay. So when our pencil came here, this was a downstroke. Now, after this, from here, pencil went up again. Yes, we need to write A. I want you all to do this with me. This, when the alphabet that I'm writing, I want you all to do it with me. So we covered this stroke. This was downstroke. Now next, from here, we went up again. That means this was an upstroke again, right? I'm going to write U. We went up, 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 and we stopped. Then for this line, we went down. We went all the way down again. That means this was a downstroke. Now finally, the last stroke was, after we reached here, we went slightly up. Thoda sa up we went. So this was an upstroke. So now what we have done is, this alphabet, we have divided it into upstrokes and downstrokes. We've defined ki kahan up hai, kahan down hai. Now what we'll do is, we know the rule ki upstroke should be thin and downstroke should be thick. And we now also know कि ये alphabet में किधर upstroke है, किधर downstroke है. What we'll do is, now we will apply this rule to this alphabet. So now let's apply it to the alphabet. I'm going to write A again here. Okay? And we will apply this rule. Starting from here, we started from here, right? Upstroke is thin. So upstroke को हम change नहीं करेंगे. Upstroke will remain the same because it has to be thin only. Now downstroke is thick. So what we'll do is, this is the downstroke, right? Downstroke ko we will double it up. We will make it thicker. We will draw a line next to it and we will fill it in. Now, next came this part. So we don't do anything to the upstroke. We leave it as it is. Next, here we have the downstroke. Now, what is downstroke? Downstroke is thick. So we will thicken the downstroke. What did we have to do? We have to double up the downstroke and we have to color it in. We will double it up and color it in. So once you have doubled up this downstroke and colored, then you tell me, you give me a thumbs up once you've done this. Now the last part is left, this chotu sa part here. This was an upstroke, and upstroke has to be thin. So we are not going to do anything, we are going to leave it alone. Now we are almost done with our alphabet. The final step is to clean up this whole thing. Now because some strokes we've doubled up, some strokes we've left alone. So हो सकता है कि थोड़ा इधर उधर होची पोची हुआ हो. So what we'll do is, we will just clean up the whole thing, wherein we'll make sure that the thin strokes and the thick strokes जहाँ join हो रहे हैं ना, the transition from thin to thick is very clean. So just go over the whole alphabet again, and wherever you see lines have gone out a little, you just clean that up a little. Wherever it's going from thick to thin or thin to thick, we will just clean it up a little. Let's go ahead. So this is the absolute basic thumb rule. If you know this rule, you can play around with any alphabet, do whatever you want. Next, we'll take some more alphabets. I am going to take the alphabet B now. We are going to write B. Close the circle. I am writing a cursive B. How I am doing it is, I am going to make a loop, go upwards, come down. I have made a loop, and then I have done it this way. This is how we are going to write a cursive B. Great. Now what we'll do is, we will do what we had done here. We will define all the upstrokes and the downstrokes. We started from here and we went this way. So what would this be? Perfect, perfect. Yes. This is an upstroke. I'm going to write it as 0. Now from here, we came down. So what would this be? That would be a downstroke. Perfect. Then we did this. We went here. So what was this? Perfect. Someone said it. It's up. And finally, this stroke happened. What would this stroke be? Perfect. This would be down. Again, here, and we will apply the rule. So number 1 was upstroke. Upstroke remains thin, so we don't do anything to it. Number 2 was downstroke. Downstroke becomes thick, so I am going to double this stroke up and color it in. You are doing this with me, right? I want you to do it with me. The downstroke, you will double it up and color it in. Then upstroke, we are leaving it alone. We leave it alone. And downstroke, again, we are going to thicken. So we are doubling it up, right? And the last step was we will clean it up. We will make sure all the thick strokes and thin strokes, when they are going into each other, it has to be a smooth transition. So I'm just going to clean up the whole thing. So I'm going to start with an M. This is how you write a lowercase m, right? We went this way, we went this way, and we went this way. So I'm going to write the alphabet here again. Suggestions, guys? Thin, correct. Leave it. Yes, because it's thin, so we're going to leave it alone. Perfect. Now next comes this stroke. What do I do with this stroke? Should it be thin or should it be thick? So how do we make it thick? We double it up and we color it in. Now next comes this stroke. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? What do I do with this? Yes, this becomes thick. So I will double it up. Final, this last छोटू सा stroke here. What do we do with this? Now as a final step, I will clean it up. I will make sure all these transitions where it's going from thin to thick or thick to thin, I will make sure they're all very smooth. So it looks like I've made it all with one tool in a single stroke only. I'm coloring it in. I'm cleaning it up. And that is my M. Let's start writing F. This is how we write a lowercase f. Okay. Now I'm going to write it again. I'm doing this with a pen just because I wanted to see what it looks like. You can continue with whatever tool you want. There's absolutely no issue there. Last two, I'm going to cover S and X and then we will go ahead. How do we write S? I'm going to start writing it from here. Sure. Now, this was an upstroke, so we're going to leave it alone. From here all the way till here, it is a downstroke, but it's not a straight downstroke. It's a wiggly downstroke, but it's still all the way down only. So this entire thing this is what it looks like. or lowercase s. Now we will cover O and X and then we will go ahead. How do we write an O? So sometimes people write it like this, sometimes people write it like this, but there is one big round and then one chota loop that happens here. That is how we write O. Let's apply the rule to it now. What we did is from here to here, it was a downstroke. Then this was an upstroke, so I'm going to leave it alone. And this chota loop here also had a downstroke. Now final alphabet will be X, like this. We do this. But in hand lettering, we are going to write it this. This is an exception alphabet. So this is nothing fancy. So what did we do here? We thickened up this one. What we have learned so far is the one basic rule, which is upstroke thin, downstroke thick. And we have learned a few alphabets. We will learn all alphabets in the course. I will give you one more quick tip and then we will move on to the last part of the workshop. One more quick tip and not most important, but will help you a lot, which is rule number 2, is that cursive helps, which means that cursive handwriting helps in hand lettering. Everything that you see here was cursive handwriting, right? Because suppose say B. In normal non-cursive handwriting, we can write B like this also, correct? In normal non-cursive handwriting, we can write F like this also. But hand lettering is the most effective and works well if you do it in cursive. Of course, you can do it even in non-cursive. For example, if this F we had to do, it would look like this with the thick and thin strokes wala rule applied. But it doesn't look as pretty or as effective as this one, right? See, you see the difference between these two? So which is why it is a very, very good idea to learn cursive. I'm sure all of you must be learning it in school. But if not, it's a better idea to learn cursive and apply the rules of hand lettering to cursive rather than non-cursive. Okay? So this was another quick tip. Now what we are going to do is, okay, so before we move on to the next part, I'll just show you a quick glance of what all the alphabets look like. I had made a sheet just for you all to see. So this is what, we will learn all of this in the course, don't worry. This is what all the alphabets would look like. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to make a small card or a bookmark, whatever you want. Okay. If you want to make a card, you can make a card. If you want to make a bookmark, you can make a bookmark. But we are going to make a small artwork, and this is what it will look like. So this is a quote that I picked up from the internet. It says, take a break. So let's take our paper and tear it in the size. So I have my piece ready. So we are going to write a cursive, we're going to write in cursive, right? So we will first write okay, so take, what you're going to do is you're going to leave out some space for A, because we are going to write it in a different style just for better effect. So let's leave some space here, and below we are going to write break. So I'm going to write B and I'm going to use a pen to go over it. Okay, number 1. This is, like I said, sometimes you'll have an horizontal stroke. This is a horizontal stroke, so we're going to leave it thin. There. We are done writing take and break. The last part that is left, we have to write A here. Just to make the artwork look better, instead of writing cursive A, we are going to write a normal capital A. And then to make it look a little prettier, we are just going to add some lines here. Just regular horizontal lines you will add here, just like that. I'm just going to normally add a regular border to the whole thing. Because it looks very colorful. Oh, you have hearts and all, and it's red. That is so cute. Very nice. Yay. Good job. Good job. You've not done, but it looks nice anyway. Oh, this looks lovely. Very nice. The orange is great. Very nice. Very, very nice. So you can make a lot of things besides bookmarks. You can make cards, you can make artworks to give to other people. Yes, Manya is asking if she can leave. I think everybody can leave. I'm done with the workshop. The course will be a 4-session course and I'm going to cover everything in detail. We are going to learn how to decorate your hand lettering, how to add accents and flourishing, and a lot of interesting things I've planned for the course. So if you like this workshop, please do join the course, and whoever does join the course, I will see you all next time. I hope you liked it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for attending, guys. I hope you liked it.